It's about getting into schools and talking to young people because, I know that people can change. And it's about talking to people and getting them to understand and perhaps step back from violence and prejudice and whatever. And we just need to work together and keep on the good fight there.
Absolutely. Hey there, guys. We are ecstatically happy to announce that we are associated with the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
The times are changing, and with the unfortunate death of Sophie, those changes have made a massive impact for the future. If Sophie was with us still today, I can guarantee what you are doing will still be reaching so many lives of young teenagers, young adults, and those who wish to be as different as possible. So thank you very much.
To find out more about this incredible foundation and all the work they do, and more importantly, how you can help, head on over to www.sophielancasterfoundation.com.
Hi, my name is Juska Salminen, musician, youth worker, and a producer, and you're listening Chronicles of Podcast with Tom and Jamie.
Hi guys, it's the Chronicles of Podcast. Yeah, and you'll wonder why we're doing a little bit of this. Yeah, alright, okay. Because it's the Chronicles of Podcast, the 56th edition, Jamie. 56! And these right here, just this little tiny segment there, are the Chronicles of Juska Salminen. And if you're not familiar with Juska, this is where this comes from. Watch the interview, you'll love it. Jamie, should we get on that road?
I think we definitely should.
Hit it!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 56th edition, 56, insane, of the Chronicles of Podcast. And these are the Chronicles of Juska Salminen. It is I, the bearded brummy Jamie, and joining me, as always, is this handsome devil over here.
It's the Scotsman Tom. Have you watched Addams Family today?
No, I just had this tune in my head earlier on because someone was whistling it at work, and then I got inspired.
Whistling, but it wasn't whistle while you work. At work?
No. Whistle at work, yeah.
No, that's fair. So, for a split second, I wanted to whistle it, and I was like, shit, how'd it go? That was it, yeah. But it's the Scotsman Tom, guys. How's it going? Welcome back to the 56th edition. Yeah, that's right. We're almost in our 60s. Crazy, isn't it, really?
I'm feeling it in the knees.
Do you think by now that people would be like, I don't want to come on your fucking show? No. Have you been going for 3 fucking years? So, yeah, it's absolutely mental. Jamie.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to bring a piece. Not the piece, just a piece to the conversation I was going to say this morning then. It's definitely not this morning. It's definitely a bit of evening recording right back now.
It is.
But did you know that dolphins bully pufferfish to get high?
What?
While swimming around, dolphins happen to come upon a stray pufferfish, it won't take long before the playful marine animals begin snatching the fish and throwing it from dolphin to dolphin. The dolphins are careful not to eat the pufferfish, however, which is probably a good thing given how highly poisonous it is. Pufferfishes are known to contain tetrodotoxin, fucking hell, dotoxin or whatever, in small amounts can kill a human within minutes. However, for dolphins, this toxin, according to experts, is known as a narcotic, gives a narcotic effect when consumed in smaller amounts. So basically, dolphins get high from bullying pufferfish. So I wrote a song.
Oh, God.
I was going to save some humans from sharks, but then I got high. I was going to follow your boat for miles, but then I got high. Instead, I want to bully pufferfish, and I know why. Yeah, because I get high. Because I get high. Because I get high.
So proud of you.
I was just Rihannaing last week, and one of the new girls is a pre-reg optometrist was just out of nowhere went, "You know, dolphins bully puffish to get high," and I went, "So what?" And then she just basically informed me, and I was like, "This is fantastic. I'm going straight in the show."
That is incredible. And everyone thinks the dolphins, these beautiful, tranquil creatures. Not to the pufferfish, they're not.
No, they like being absolute bastards.
Dickheads to pufferfish. I love pufferfish as well. Fucking dolphins.
It's mental that they could kill you within minutes if you eat one.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know
like
if I eat one though. So.
It's the Japanese thing on The Simpsons, isn't it? Where they have the puffish, but it's got like how you cut it properly.
Yeah, it's like tiny part of it you can eat, and that's it or something. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Best to just stay away, I think. Can't be that nice.
Yeah, I don't. The Asian community do like to eat whatever the fuck they want.
Fair.
Do you know what I mean? Like they had. Was it an Idiot Abroad when Carl Pilkington went to Japan or China? Japan, he took Monster Munch, and they had like scorpions and spiders and like ice lolly form and stuff, and they could just eat them.
Why would you?
Have you not seen that?
No, but the one that gets me is shark fin soup. Why would you look at a shark and go, "I'm going to make me some fucking soup out of that fin"? No, why?
Yeah, it makes no sense, does it?
But then again, they could look at some of the shit we eat and think, "What the fuck? Why are you putting beans on toast, you weirdos?" Yeah, it's fine.
Because it's delicious and it's very, very easy to make and very simple. And with this day and age, the way people are going with money, that's all we can really eat. Anyway,
cold.
Do you remember the Platinum Jubilee?
I do.
Right, and you remember how much you hated the fact that they called it Platty Jubs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for that Vietnam flashback.
But it's like, well, it's about to get worse for you.
Oh no! Please don't tell me this is about the funeral.
So this is about the funeral.
Oh fuck me!
And you thought Platty Jubs was bad enough.
What have they done?
But I've just seen next Monday, well, yesterday, in this, referred to as Statey Funes. And now I want to die.
What?
Statey Funes.
Statey Funes.
Yeah, it's almost like you want to give up sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just want to be like, do you know what?
I kind of want to get my keys, just start walking and just keep going. Just give up. Statey Funes.
This is why I'm learning Spanish and Duolingo, so I can be multilingual and fuck off to Spain and never have to speak English ever again. I bet they're not out there being, bonjour, fuck me. That joke's gone. That joke's gone completely, absolutely gone, completely ruined it. I meant to say hola. What a twat.
Want to try again? Take two?
That's all kinds of No, I don't. I'm actually quite angry at myself. To be quite honest, that was going to be a great joke and I ruined it massively. Never mind.
Statey, what the fuck? That is worse than Platty Jubs. You're absolutely right.
Oh, I don't know which is worse. I think just the British public. I think.
Yeah, no, just no.
I want to bring one more thing up, and this was just the creepiest thing I think I've ever heard. To the point where we did call him out.
Okay.
I obviously will bring it up in the catch up, but I was away this weekend. And I was walking through the town centre and there was a juggler. And there were two little girls and the parents were just ahead of them. And it was just, the one was juggling batons, the one was juggling balls. The one juggling balls started to follow the little girls. And he was like, "Would you like to learn how to juggle, girls?" And they were laughing like, no. And they kept walking. They must have been about 5 or 6. And he went, "Well, I'm not going to leave you alone until you do." And started following him. And then me and Matt were like, "All right, Pedo, do you want to chill out a little bit?" And he's like, "Oh," and like, what? Because the parents were ahead of the children.
That's beyond creepy.
Yeah, just a little bit, isn't it?
Fair play to you both for calling them out, though. That is creepy as hell.
I'm just going to follow you, and I'm not going to leave you until you do. All right, Pedo, do you want to chill out a little bit? It's not good.
Yeah, no, that's really creepy.
Yeah, it's really creepy. And he fucked off then.
Any jugglers listening to this, don't do that. Please don't do that. It's weird.
Exactly. It's very fucking weird.
Very fucking weird.
Yeah. So that was an interesting moment, shall we say?
Yeah, it sounds like it. No, you bloody weirdo.
Anyway, how are you, Jamie? What's going on?
I'm very well, sir. I'm a little bit tired, as always. But I'm good. I'm good. Just happy to be here with you, as I am every single week.
Stop it! You don't have to lie to me.
I would never lie. Anyway, how are you?
No, I'm glad you're doing well, man. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. I've just had an absolute girth of some time off. It's been great. Girthy time off.
Good word.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's been great, actually. Just nice not having to go back until tomorrow. So I'm a little bit depressed, but no, I'm joking. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm really good. I'm actually not tired. Could you believe it?
First time ever in TCO pod history.
It's like a revelation thing. I think in podcast history, actually. Let alone the Chronicles of. Yeah. I'm banging. I just love this. Just love doing this. Could someone pay us now, please? Anyone?
Yeah. Literally, since Bloodstock, that has been my mentality. Just, I want to do this for a living. Come on.
Yeah.
People,
exactly the same as me. Exactly the same as me. So I class this as my first job.
Yeah. It'd be amazing, wouldn't it? It would be.
It would be
incredibly.
It would be incredibly. So what's been going on, my friend? What have you been doing? What's been going on?
What have I been doing? Well, mostly Rihannaing, to be honest. I've mostly just been Rihannaing my little socks off. I did have a little situation in work yesterday where I got stuck in a lift with a patient for 20 minutes. That was fun. Luckily, he was absolutely fine. There was nothing to worry about. But yeah, it was very hot. And I was just like, come on, please let me out of this bloody lift.
Was the patient in a wheelchair or bed or?
He was in a wheelchair. He was fine. He was half asleep. I literally woke him up to take him for a scan. He was just like, everything right? I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to get the lift fixed. Sound. He was out of it. I was like, asleep.
What a ledge.
But literally got to the ground floor and then the doors went bing. I was like, oh, come on. I've been here 2 years and I've not been stuck in a lift. Don't do this to me today.
Is it something you don't like?
No, it doesn't bother me. It just started to get really, really hot.
Years ago, 2010, I was in a student accommodation. 2010. And it was a birthday party and they thought they'd see how many people they could fit into one lift. And I was like, I'm good, thanks. It's already full enough as it is. I don't really fancy it. And they're like, no, come on. I was like, I really don't fancy it. And they're like, no, come on, please. So I did. I squeezed in. It was overweight. The door shut and it plummeted to the bottom floor. And we were on top. 4 floors it went. It absolutely flew down. And we couldn't get the doors open. But then you couldn't move for the people. So there was like no air in there. And I was like, am I going to die in here? Like, it was not pleasant at all. Have I ever told this story?
No.
So essentially, me and this other guy, like, I'm not joking. I think I turned to the Incredible Hulk or something. I was literally going hell for leather. I had my fingers in the door as much as I could, and I was yanking it open. And I was like, I will get this fucking door open. And no matter what it takes, I will get this fucking door open. Managed to open it ever so slightly. And then he got his hands in. So I got my hands in, and we both were just like, fuck. And just open, and we managed to squeeze people out.
Shit.
Because we're pressing like the alarm bell, nothing. There was no phone signal. There was nothing. There's nothing we could do. There was no security at the thing. So we're like, fuck.
Fucking hell.
We're there for 10 or 15. So lifts, I'm now like, not unless they're massive, I'm not a big fan.
No, I'm not surprised. To be fair, I had a thing where I really didn't like lifts after watching the first Resident Evil movie for the first time. I'll never forget that. Do you remember at the start? It's like right at the start. So the lift breaks. Okay. The guy, I don't know if you can remember. The guy tries to like get out, crawl out of the lift, and then it starts working. And he's like, and he's hanging out of it. Ever since then, for a little while after watching that, I was like, I don't like lifts anymore. I don't like this. This is not good. But I eventually got over that. And then it gets stuck in one. But no, it was fine.
Did he go to the top and it stops and he falls right to the bottom and it takes his head off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a fun time. Not a fun time.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Other than that, I went to go see the kids. Took them to the park. Harrison's been showing me his new shed. Because basically Harrison studied to be a mechanic at college. Now he's gone back and he's doing like general carpentry. So he's like, here, Dad, look, Dad, I built a wall. And they've basically got an old shed in the garage, and he's basically just like been converting it. He spent like all of his birthday money on tools, and he's just been converting. He's like, this is going to be my work area over here. I'm going to get rid of all this wood. I'm going to build it. I'm going to knock this ball out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a bike rack in here. And I was like, go on, my boy. Love it. So, yeah.
Fair.
So basically, I'm just going to think of loads of things on building around the house, and I'm just going to get Harrison to do it for me because it's easy.
You've not got to fight. Your house is tiny.
Yeah, I know, but I'll think of something.
Okay, fair.
Convert my loft for my boy so I can have a podcast studio. That's what I want. And the best thing that I did is I went to the cinema to see Clerks 3. Yes! I cried. Yeah, it's just incredible. It made me so very happy. And I'm not alone, because in the Kevin Smith groups, I mean, everyone's posting, well, I didn't expect to cry. So, yeah, just amazing. I love that, man. Mwah. Just wonderful. Look on your face right now. It's like, I couldn't give a fuck about Kevin Smith and his shitty movies.
Didn't say it. I didn't say they were shitty. It's like, I couldn't give a fuck either. That's just the assumption you're making there, sir.
Have you actually seen a single one of his movies?
Nope.
Why not? Well, you said earlier that Clerks is on Now TV, so you fix it. Cool. Not right now, we're recording. Other than that, I've watched a couple of things. I am now on episode 14 of 24.
Nice. Enjoying?
It's absolutely phenomenal. I love the fact it got halfway through and I'm like, well, this seems like the natural end to this story. And then it's like, nope, we're going to keep fucking going. I was like, okay. And it's like a whole new story, but in the same day. It's really well written. I was like, fair play. This is good. Yeah, really good. It's definitely the longest and worst day of his life so far. Just, yeah. I love that at the start of every episode. This is the longest day of my life.
He only does it for series 1. Doesn't happen after that. Thank fucking God. Events occur in real time. Like, yes, we know they do.
You told us.
Keep repeating it every fucking time, yeah.
And other than that, we've started a program what I didn't expect to watch. Basically, I was at work and two guys were on about a program. And they're saying, oh, my wife made me watch it. And no, I ended up really liking it. And they got me really intrigued. So I was like, I got home and I went, should we try this program? Let's put it on, see what it's like. And yeah, we watched the first episode. The next thing, and I'm like, episode 2? And we keep going. We're now on like episode 9. And that's The Crown.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm kind of hooked on a program about the Queen. But
there we are, then.
Matt Smith is incredible as Prince Philip. I don't care. It's wonderful just to watch that alone. It's really good. I didn't expect to get hooked, but there we go. So yeah, I'm now hooked on a program about the Queen.
Okay.
And the Great British Bake Off is back. Yes. Which is exactly what I'll be watching when we're finished here tonight.
Nice.
What about you, sir? Seems like you've had a very busy and exciting week.
Yeah, so I don't mean to be so unenthusiastic, but like periodic dramas are like, nah, I'm all good, thank you. I'm absolutely fine.
I'm not normally. That's why I was quite surprised how much I enjoyed it.
It was good, as long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters. So I've been doing a lot of Rihanna. Well, I was doing a lot of Rihanna after we last recorded until I have just had 5 days off, and it's been fucking glorious. So I booked the time off because obviously, as we know, last week was Callum's 30th birthday, the master of the Treachings. And he had a night out party sort of thing on Friday evening. So I took my ass back to the Shire, back to old Shelters, to go and see him for his birthday. But Keris was away that weekend anyway with her uni girls. So I thought, well, I might as well make a weekend of it. So I ended up going till Sunday. So I was there. I stayed with obviously Helen and Jasper. Jasper, a former guest of ours, who still hosts his rock show, 11, 12 years in now, still smashing out the park. So I saw Callum Friday night and I met some of his friends. We went to Brewdog, we went to the Frog, and then went to Pigs, but I was not out for very long because I'm old and I'm very tired these days now. Saturday, I met Matt in the morning and Freya, which was really nice. We had brunch, darling. Yes.
Oh, you had brunch.
We had brunch in Boston Tory Party. Yes, it was lovely.
Boston lovely, Tory Party.
Mate, I spent 20 quid on breakfast. 20 fucking so fuck off.
What's wrong with a spoon's breakfast? Anyway.
Oh yes, but it's like it's smashed peas, vegan, darling, and it's like smashed avocado on sourdough bread with salmon. Yes, oh darling, yes. What did posh people sound like? They hurt every time they speak. Oh God, yeah. Oh darling, absolutely.
I seem to have sat on a bollock.
Yeah. But it was lush. It was really nice, and Matt will have a go at me for this, but I really don't care. And then we went for a wander and bumped into that juggler. And then they went to John Lewis. We went to John Lewis, darling. Yes.
John Lewis looking bedding.
So then I was like, I'm fucking out of here. So I went back to say hello to Jaspers for a bit, and then I met Ollie, Nick, Martin, Liam, Green, Pete, Ed, and John in the Frog, and it was fucking awesome to have everyone back together again.
That's a big old group of people.
It was great. Oh, and I saw Liam as well. Like, it was just wonderful, man. Like, it was so wonderful to see all the guys again, just have a few beers and just chat. It was just nice. It was so nice. And then Sunday, I met Paul in the morning for coffee. I bumped into Ollie again on the way back, and then I came home. But trains, man, fuck trains. They cancelled my one home. The one going was delayed, but luckily the one delayed is fine because the brand new Electric Callboy album came out on Friday. Hey! Their brand new album. Have you checked it out yet?
I haven't yet, no. It's on my list.
It's fucking gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Especially the Choo Choo Choo. You just have to... They pretend to be a train on Techno Train. It's great. You just have to listen to it. It's fucking mint.
You've got me intrigued on that.
There's so many GIFs about it now and memes, and there's loads of TikTok videos with Kevin's face on top of on a train. It's going like choo choo. It's really good. You just have to watch it. It's fucking listen to it. Sorry, it's fucking amazing. But my record turned up today, so I bought the record like 5 months ago and pre-ordered when it first got announced for pre-order. Jamie. It is lush. It's white and black. I haven't posted it on socials yet. It's gorgeous, gorgeous vinyl. It came with the CD version as well, which is sick. Nice. So I got the CD of it as well. It also came with a condom.
Okay.
Called the Fuckboy condom.
That is genius marketing if ever I've seen it. I love it. I love it when bands do things like that.
I was like, what the fuck? Oh, it's a condom. Oh, okay. What the fuck? Cheers, Electric Callboy. Thanks for my condom.
It's one of those things, isn't it? You get, you're like, this is amazing. What the fuck do I do with this now? Like, just
well, use it, I imagine. But
at the same time, you're like, I don't want to use this. This is cool. Like,
yeah, I'm keeping it. I'm definitely not. It's just gonna. It's even got an expiry date on it and everything. Like, it's legit. If they've actually had them properly made.
Incredible.
God, I love that band. I'll be posting about that soon. And also my Parkway Drive vinyl, Darker Still, also arrived. Fucking stunned. That album is out of this world.
It's very good. Very good.
Have you finished it?
I did. I finished it all in one sitting.
There's only one song I'm not particularly a big fan of, which is If a God Can Bleed. But the rest of it, I was like, this is
Is that the really, really slow one?
No, that's Darker Still.
Okay, I can't.
It's always like, if a God can bleed. He keeps whispering it like.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I wasn't too keen on that one. Yeah.
But the album is sensational. So the riff is like, oh, this is filthy. The next day, oh my God, this is filthy as well. They're just great. They're here. They're in Cardiff in 2 weeks. And I'm like, I want to go. But it's 50 quid.
So much. The gig tickets these days are ridiculous.
But the lineup's like Laura Shaw, While She Sleeps, and them. So you're getting like a bang for your buck, whatever they say. Yeah, 100%. I just can't like, what's the word?
Justify it?
Condone it. Yeah.
More than understandable is it's too much money for gigs these days. Like, I can't remember if I said on here about me trying to get tickets for Harry Styles for Lena's birthday.
No, she said she wanted them, but you never actually said anything.
Yeah, basically, I couldn't remember if I spoke about it on the show, but the tickets went on sale. I was a little bit late getting to it because it's while we're on holiday, and I just lost track of time. But by the time I got on there was one ticket left, and it was like 130 quid. And then they've gone up now. Resale value is like 300 quid a ticket. Like, just, no.
I tell you what you can do is you can fuck off.
That's exactly what you can do. Especially if I've got to go to Coventry for this thing. I need to be paid to go to Coventry, not me paid to go to Coventry. Completely other way around.
But then, of course, Monday was the Queen's funeral, so we went to Karis's sister's house for like a little party for the kids, like just so they, you know, to make sure they know what's going on, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we had like we had like loads of food, picky food and drinks and arts and crafts and just stuff like that. And apparently, they got quite upset, bless them. So yeah, I literally could care less, but you know, it's just I'm not a royalist, so
no.
You know, I just had this envision. I put it on Facebook. I don't think people appreciate it. I really don't care. Of the Queen going, but Charles, I'm not dead yet. He's going, oh, we all miss her dearly, but I'm king. I mean, we like real Disney villain vibes. But Charles, I'm not dead. Yes. The elbow in the
It's fair. I was working, so I barely saw. I just saw bits of it. When I got home was the last bit of it, and I sat there with Olivia, and I was like, "This is a good time to educate her. Like, this is our king. This is who will be the next king." So I was like, "I don't want a king. I want a queen." And then you was just, "Daddy, this is boring. Can I watch YouTube?" I was like, "Well, I'm trying to educate her, but it's not happening."
What was really weird though, she had that little party, didn't she, for the Queen, like tea parties?
Yeah, I was expecting her to be quite upset. She was like, "Is the Queen dead, Dad?" I was like, "Yeah, we got a king now." She's like, "Okay." That was it.
There you are then.
To be fair, I'd rather that than her be upset. So winner.
Well, yeah, chicken dinner. Is that still a saying anymore?
Should be.
And then we did a big fuck off incredible interview last night, which was just, guys, if you're in for a treat, let me put it this way: 3 fucking belters this week, next week, and the week after. Oh, we spoil you. You little rascals, you. You're like a petit pois. I want to suckle you. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah. And then today, I've just been filling my face full of WWE and AEW.
Sounds like a good day.
Yeah, it's been a great day. But as to referring to earlier, me and Karis decided to get fit for New York. So we've been doing home exercises and whatnot. She's gone back to the gym, and I've been using my weights and whatnot. So we're trying to get lean for NYC.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I think so. We just want to feel a bit happier, if you know what I mean, and just be a bit more like, yay, we love ourselves.
Yeah. I'm trying to lose a bit of weight again. I weighed myself for the first time in ages. I was like, wow, back on the diet for you. So yeah, it's fine.
Mate, you did an unbelievable job. I don't think you should ever be pissed off at yourself ever again.
I was a little bit, but I'll always be hard on myself for my weight. I can't help it. So, even when I'd lost it more than
6 stone, so fuck off.
Even when I achieved that, I was like, I reckon I should lose another one. Yeah.
You did amazing. Shut up and just leave it alone. I tell you what, fuck off. Let's hear from Braden Barry at Stay Cozy Clothing.
Sounds like a good idea.
All right, is this thing on? Well, howdy doody, everybody. This is Braden Barry from Say We Can Fly, founder of Stay Cozy Clothing, your one-stop shop for the coziest, most fashionable hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Gosh, Mickey.
That's right, folks. And we're proud to say that we are now sponsoring
the Chronicles of Podcast. Ouch.
Hosted by Tom and Jamie.
Like, you can get 10% off, man. That's right, Shaggy.
Just use the special code, The Chronicles, at checkout.
Oh, boys.
Jamie?
Yes, sir.
It's only your fucking favourite segment ever.
Yeah, it is.
It's time for Callum's Teachings.
Come on, Callum.
Do you want to know something? Callum will be able to tell you in Callum's Teachings.
Is cereal soup?
Ooh.
So, our boy is back once again with a beautiful new background.
Yes, he is indeed.
Do you reckon he's trying to find like as many locations as possible each week to do the teachings from?
Probably. It's just like, I'm going to make this look really pretty this week. I'm going to have white background. Now I'm going to have orange. What we got next week, Callum? Can we have psychedelic next week?
Can we have gym pool?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Actually, Callum, can we have treaches while you're doing a workout of some sort? Just like, dumbbell in one arm. Can you believe this thing here?
Do you know what they call him in the rugby? They call him Quadzilla.
That is completely understandable. That reminds me, where's my crushing a watermelon video, Callum?
So I think we should get started before this gets really overly sexual.
I just wanted to make you uncomfortable again.
What is Callum teaching us? Hang on. Wait. I know this one. This week?
Once we have self-driving cars, windscreen wipers will be completely useless as the cars won't need them to drive.
What? Wait,
I suppose because it's the weather. It won't need the weather to clear off because it's driving
need
itself.
To see where you're going because it's driving. But
mate, that'd be worse, though, wouldn't it? I'd be like, I kind of want to see where I am. It's like,
same.
I kind of want to know what's going on.
I trust that this giant thing that could easily kill me is going to drive me as long as I can see where I'm going.
Yeah. Oh, we don't need fucking windscreen wipers anymore, Jeff. Get rid of those fuckers. But what if it's... I said, we don't need them anymore, Jeff. Get rid of them, please. Don't question my abilities. Just fucking get rid of windscreen wipers. Don't question... I said don't question me, Jeff. Okay? We don't fucking need them anymore because Kim Master's going to drive itself, okay? But, Dave, I need to know... I said... Right, Jeff, what did I just say? What did I just say? Exactly. Now get rid of fucking wipers. I don't want to die.
I love the fact that this amazing future technology has been built in Yorkshire by a set of it.
Jamie, let's be real, right? Every character we bring to life is from fucking Yorkshire. Let's be real, okay? Yeah?
Male, female, animal.
Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter what it is. They're northern, okay? Every single time. I mean, I could change it and be like, all right then, Jeff, what the fuck? We do need to get rid of them fucking wipers. We don't need them. We don't fucking need them, mate.
Although I love your Australian accent, it does sound better in the Yorkshire one. Yeah, it just works.
Oh, okay.
It's something
it's
about
just funnier,
it.
I think. I think it's because all Yorkshiremen are miserable. No, I'm joking. All tight-ass motherfuckers are miserable. I'm joking. I'm kidding. Love you, Dad.
Got that for a minute then.
But yeah, that would scare the living shit out of me, and they should definitely actually keep windscreen wipers on.
Yes, please keep windscreen wipers. Let's not get rid of those. They're good to keep.
But Jamie.
Yes, sir.
What were you going to say before I interrupted you?
I was going to say, I just imagine if they did, you get like the paranoid people just leaning out their window, just trying to scrape it off with their hands.
Yeah, that'll have to duck away from like lampposts and stuff like that on the way past, or trees or hedges. Shit.
Motorway be carnage. Anyway.
But Jamie, we digress.
Sir. As always.
What else is Callum teaching us this week?
Being an adult is eating the crust, not because you like it, but because you paid for it.
Basically, I always go, well, I'm going to eat the whole fucking thing. And to the point where you get to like the last 2-3 slices, like, I just can't eat them.
I love the crust. It's my favourite part of the bread. The knobbly, the end, whatever people, the crust.
Oh, it's not bread. I thought it meant pizza.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. But to be fair, I love them on both. Pizza crusts are the best.
Stuffed ones, yeah. I can't do the flat. The stone baked ones are just so flat and crap.
I'll eat them, but I'm not the biggest fan. But
deep pan, or stuffed crust. Oh yes, bit of hot, bit of buffalo sauce, delish. But I do like the knobbly end as well of the loaf. Keris hates it, so I'm like, yeah, I'll have that from Miss. Are you sure? Yeah, I'll have it, babe. I don't mind. Cheese on toast or soup or whatever. I don't give a shit.
Best damn bit. If we open a loaf of bread and it's a nice thick piece, I'm just like, I'm not even hungry, but I'm having that as toast right now.
Yes,
because it just looks sexy, and I'm going to eat it.
I couldn't eat bread on its own though.
What, just a slice of bread?
I couldn't just eat. No, not on its own. It has to have something on it or in it or whatever. I can't just go like,
I've got to put at least butter on it. Yeah, I couldn't just eat a slice of bread. Gotta have something.
It's like you have to heat crumpets, otherwise it's weird.
I've never eaten a cold crumpet. Do people eat cold crumpets?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, even muffins as well. That's odd in itself, I guess.
Yeah.
You have to toast it. Yeah, it's weird. You just have to. I don't know.
Dear listeners, has anybody ever eaten a cold crumpet? Please let us know, all two of you that listen. Thank you.
But yeah, pizza crust wise as well, I'm the same. I have to eat all of it. I can't leave it.
But part of it is that reason. I paid for it. I'm eating it. Like when I go out for a meal, I will be full, like halfway through. I'm finishing that plate of food because I fucking paid for it. I paid for all of it. I'm eating all of it.
I'm going to be here for about 6. We did a take back of 2 hours. Fuck you. I paid for it, so I'm fucking eating it, all right?
I will walk home incredibly uncomfortable. It will ruin my evening because I feel incredibly bloated and can't stop burping. But I paid for it. I'm eating it.
Exactly.
Sorted.
Yeah. And finally, Jamie, what is Callum teaching us this fucking week?
Your shadow is confirmation that light has travelled 93 million miles unobstructed all the way, only to be obstructed by you mere feet from the ground.
The light's like, I'm going to make it. Bastard! Why the fuck are you in the way? I was so glad. Dave, I told him. Dave, I almost made it. What's that, Stuart? I almost made it. This fucking prick's in the way, though. I was about to get there.
Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. I sort of feel bad for having a shadow now.
That or it hits the solar panels. It's like, no! And it gets soaked in by solar panels. Like, need more, must have more light. Ah. I will eat light. Give me light. It's like a real evil villain no one actually pays attention to. Just go, solar panels, they're great. And eventually there'll be like the rise of the panels and they'll come back and start like attacking everyone like a weird Terminator. And they'll never stop working until it goes dark. And we're like, oh, thank God. Then we have to like build our defenses quickly before the lights start, before it gets day again.
Why would I watch that?
Would you actually?
It's so shit. It sounds great.
Live in Scandinavia. Everyone to Scandinavia. It's never fucking like there.
Good idea. That's how you defeat them.
Until it's like summertime when it's just light all the time. Like, shit!
Building underground bunkers where light can't get to them anymore.
Yeah, brilliant. And obviously, as close to the equator, the more powerful they are. So Africa are fucked.
Yes.
Anyone around the equator, like Mexico, like all that, they're all screwed. They're like where the super-powered solar panels live. They stuck you in like a black hole. Sorry, what are you going to say?
Speaking of shadows, it's just made me think though, when you were a kid, did you ever like try and jump on your friend's shadows? I'm going to stamp on your head. No, just me then.
I think I've been scared by my shadow every now and again. You know, you walk in and you think it's somebody else and it's not. It's you.
Yes. Shadows and reflections. I've done it in my reflections so many times. Like, what is that? Oh, it's me.
There's one where, you know, the mirrors that they have in supermarkets and the fresh food bit, and you go to reach for something. I thought that was somebody else. I went, you fucking, oh, hello.
Trying to hold my, oh, it's mine. Hello.
That's good. I bet Light's well pissed off that we keeps hitting us instead of hitting the ground.
I just love how eloquently that went to just go, and then you're in the way.
Prick.
That's really tickled me.
But Jamie, that was another great edition of Callum's Teachings, wasn't it? Another great week again. Another great week again.
I don't know where you get these ideas from, Callum, but I absolutely love them. We
appreciate you so much, sir. These are, and every single week I then have to follow because Jamie.
Yes, sir.
It's time for Tom's Journal.
Yeah, it is.
And welcome to another edition of Tom's Journal. She hadn't made a milkshake in years for fear that they would return.
Fuck's sake.
She starts the blender reluctantly, looking around. In the distance, there are screams. The boys had returned. They were coming to her yard.
So you just said she hadn't made a milkshake in years. Like, this is a Khalees joke, isn't it? Like, you fucking knew it.
Yes. Oh, yes.
How
We
much, do you
start
reckon
strong,
she
Jamie.
how much do you reckon she regrets over writing that song?
I bet she fucking loves it. The amount of people that play that shit. She must be making millions out of it. That's my career. Done one song. Cheers, then. See you later.
To be fair, I don't think she has done any music since then. I can't think
I
of
think
any.
so either. Or that she has. Well, it's probably don't know about.
No, probably.
So, Jamie, I need to buy some new stamps because I'm not sending out condolence cards with Disney villain stamps on them. No one grieves like Gaston, acts bereaved like Gaston. Wait, how are you doing this? No one orders ornate funeral wreaths like Gaston. I really enjoyed that one.
I just like your singing. That made it the best.
Thank you very much. So this is taking place at Hogwarts, okay? Plumber. So I've come to do your pipes. Someone made a call. Slytherin. Salazar Slytherin? Yeah, so make sure they're big enough for a giant snake. Plumber. Why? Oh, no reason. I have no idea.
I love the amount of Harry Potter references that are in this journal for a man that's never watched Harry Potter amazes me. But that is
I have no idea what's
great.
going on. But it's just like, to me, it's funny because it's almost like all sorts of stupid. You know what I mean? Like, why would you make
It's true. It's so stupid. That's a film they need to make. Like the origins of Hogwarts, like building that building. Like, I want to see the blueprints. How the fuck did they build that place?
I don't know what's in it, so I can't
Moving
join
staircases and everything. Just
there we are.
there we are. There we are.
But Jamie,
Yes, sir.
I don't want you to be boring with your midlife crisis, okay? Don't be boring with your midlife crisis by a fucking sports car. Go hard, right? Learn magic. Lease a falcon. Start a cult. Like, are people worried about you? Sure, but are they also a little curious? Yeah, man, like, sign them up for the cult. You got to make those falcon payments.
The fact that they interlinked made it so much better.
Oh, fucking hell.
I love the idea of paying for a falcon to just go, off you fuck. Set it free.
Yeah, exactly. I love it when I find this shit because I'm like, oh, I've got to wait till 2 weeks' time to give Jamie this one. Like, oh, I've got to wait 3 weeks to give this one out. This is just for in case anyone's wondering whatsoever. All right. You know how scuba divers sit at the edge of the boat and then they fall backwards into the water? You know why they do that, right?
Why?
Because if they went forward, they fall into the boat.
Fuck's sake. Oh.
Oh, I love it. I was like, he's not going to respond. Fuck. I was like, respond, Jamie. Come on.
I move on. Fuck's sake.
Oh my fucking God. We have to just keep washing dishes and putting them away and then putting more food on them and then wash them again over and over and over until we die.
That's a really depressing thought, but very, very true.
Oh, I thought it was funny in my head.
I like that though, because it's bloody true.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, that's depressing. That's the first time I've ever actually contemplated buying a dishwasher.
I love ours. It's the best thing in the world.
No.
It's so great.
Fuse.
So there's a lady at the restaurant, right? And I just happened to have this conversation of, so sorry, but I'm allergic to gluten, dairy, nuts, and I'm vegan. So what can I get? The waiter was like, the fuck out of here.
so tempted to some waiters must get to actually say things like that.
No, I know, right?
Oh,
But I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want this either. Like, why are you doing this? Like, I'm vegan, but like, I'm really pro corn.
It makes laugh. Some people go to a restaurant. Oh, there's just nothing on the menu for me. Go somewhere else then.
Yeah, it's like people complain about festivals. Don't go.
Don't go.
God, festival is shit. All right, well, don't go then.
Why'd you buy a ticket to see these bands then, you idiot? Fuck off.
I love this one. Jamie.
Yes, sir.
What if ghosts can't see us either? So, and they're scared as shit because who the fuck's making pizza bagels at 2 a.m.?
That's a great way to look at it. They'd be so much more freaked out than we are.
That's what I mean. Like, why is that floating? What the fuck is going on? Like, what the ass? Like...
Oh, I like that. I like that.
I'm going to give you a couple more because I don't want to use up the rest of what I've got, which I'm gutted because I've got some belters, but they're not till next week. Did you know, Jamie, like the birthday cake last week, you have the right as an adult to make garlic bread whenever you want. Yeah? You don't even need a reason. Pasta doesn't even have to be involved.
God, I love garlic bread. Oh,
I'm weird. I eat it, but I'm not like, oh my God, I want garlic bread. Do you know what I mean?
I just love garlic, though, to be fair. It's just beautiful.
Garlic is unbelievable. Yeah, you are spot on there, sir.
Beautiful.
It really is.
I had garlic mushrooms in my tea earlier. I opened the oven. I was like, rub it all over myself.
What did you have for the old dins? What did you have?
I had, what did I have? I had garlic mushrooms gnocchi.
Oh, okay. Yes, a gnocchi.
Pan-fried gnocchi topped with garlic bread. Garlic bread, garlic mushrooms.
Sounds lovely.
There was no truffles involved.
Gnocchi, though, darling, yes.
Posh man's master.
I just heard about somebody failing their driving test because they asked the examiner, yeah. I think I said it wrong the first time. I felt like I said it wrong first. Yeah. Shall we start that again?
Go on then.
I just heard about somebody failing their driving test, Jamie, because they asked the examiner, am I right your side?
Fuck's sake.
Brilliant. I bet that happens loads, though.
Oh, definitely does. Without
good, your side, yeah.
At the same time, like, they're asking, they're trying, if they've got a passenger in the car, they're being cautious, they're double checking.
I think you got to check on the mirrors, aren't you? So I suppose that's an immediate fail. I've got a riddle for you.
Go on then.
What word starts with E, ends with E, but only has one letter in it?
E?
An envelope.
Oh, for fuck's sake. That's clever. But that is clever. I like that one.
It's really good, isn't it?
I like that. I'm stealing that.
Oh, you're more than welcome. More than welcome. But I've got a little bit of a story for you now.
Oh,
okay.
Story time with Tom.
Story time with Tom. It's some of it's funny, but it's also I can see where the error came from, if you know what I mean. Okay. So this is a story about Francis Bacon. Okay.
Okay.
When I was young, my father said to me, "Knowledge is power, Francis Bacon." I understood it as knowledge is power, France is bacon. For more than a decade, I wondered over the meaning of the second part and what was the surreal linkage between the two. If I said the quote to someone, "Knowledge is power, France is bacon," they nodded knowingly. Or some might say, "Knowledge is power," and I'd finish the quote, "and France is bacon." And they wouldn't look at me like I said something very odd, but thoughtfully agree. I did ask a teacher, what did knowledge is power, France is bacon mean? And I got a full 10-minute explanation of the knowledge is power bit, but nothing on France is bacon. So when I prompted further explanation by saying France is bacon, in a questioning tone. I just got a, yeah. At 12, I didn't have the confidence to press it further. I just accepted it as something I'd never understand. It wasn't until years later I saw it written down that a penny had dropped.
Fuck me. How does it not realise how close that sounds to their name?
I know. So it's obviously it's Francis Bacon.
Yeah.
And he thought it was France is Bacon. That was.
I suppose if they're a child, then yeah. But come
it's
on.
so funny though. Like the fact that he even wanted to know more, and he just got a, yeah.
I was going to say the people that she asked, whichever one it is, need to be questioned as well. Why didn't they correct them or go, "What are you on about, mate?"
Because they obviously thought he said Francis Bacon, which is like, yeah, that's right.
But even then, it'd be like, "Why are you saying your own name after it, you little weirdo?"
So good.
You don't need to sign off your sentences, mate. We know who said it.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And that was another edition of Tom's Journal.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much, sir. Thoroughly, thoroughly appreciated as always. As always.
Yeah.
We do like that little segment. But I do believe, Jamie, it's time to bring that Finnish piece in.
Oh, that Finnish piece.
Oh, yes. That little bit of Finnish piece. Welcome to the Chronicles of Juska Salminen. Juska is a mental health advocate. He's a motivational speaker, and he is also known for being a keyboardist in one of the biggest Finnish powerhouses. That is him.
This conversation is so incredibly beautiful.
Yeah, it's great.
I randomly stumbled upon Juska on social media and I was like, this guy was awesome. Like, he replayed on one of my favorite albums of all time, literally top 5 album of all time. Then I was looking into him first. I was like, what's he doing now? And I was like, holy shit, I need to reach out to this guy. Like, this guy is amazing. He has done some incredible things. And you are going to find out, ladies and gents, this conversation is absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, I don't really want to go into it too much. As you can see in the trailer that Jamie dropped, he didn't actually put much of the interview in to save just how absolutely wonderful it is. You also noticed at the beginning of the episode we did a silly little dance. If you watch the interview, you'll now understand what that dance means. Juska also played on the Razorblade Romance album made by him, which was one of Jamie's favorite albums of all time.
Mwah!
So.
And I've got to say, since we did this interview, all I've listened to is him. Like, I've not stopped listening to them.
As in him or the band him?
A bit of both, really, because I've been listening to that album. And the first album, because it just reminded me how damn good it is in this conversation. So, yes.
Yeah, it's pretty
for
tasty.
That,
Jamie!
Yes, sir.
Any words at all of yours that you want to deliver that are possibly final?
Just a massive thank you to our wonderful guest. It always means so much to us where a guest comes on and they're talking to two complete and utter strangers they've never met before and pour their heart out and talk about traumas and experience in their life. And it really means the world. People put that trust into us. And Juska delivered on that tenfold. So thank you so much, my friend. It really means the world.
Absolutely. Juska, thank you so much for taking the time out to speak to us, my friend. Sit down and chat. We really, really enjoyed it, even though you are 2 hours ahead. So obviously I think it went quite late into the night, but it was just so worth it. And I really hope you guys enjoy this one. It's a fucking doozy. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, interviewing this week, it's Juska Salminen.
When we start, should I say something of your queen? Is it treat you more as a nation because it's a bit of weird for us? Is it okay to say I'm sorry for your loss or something?
Of course, yeah, we appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a weird one because it's like you don't know her personally, but she's been there your whole life.
Exactly, because that is because we have prime minister and the president, so we don't connect in that sense. I don't even know how it can be, but like she's been there even for us in the newspapers. So, but if someone would die kind of here, I don't think it would be exactly the same. We don't have that sort of a kind of like, in our hearts. That's human.
Yeah, it's weird. It's more like a cultural, comfortable thing. Like I said, it's all we've ever known our whole life. Our money's going to change. Our stamps are going to change. Everything's going to change. It's weird.
Yeah. It must be. It must be. Where do I? It looks like I'm watching there. But anyways, because my camera is somewhere here, and I'm turned towards your face. So, anyways, well, I am what I am.
It's fine.
The other eye is there, another there. Sometimes.
Like you're watching a tennis match.
Yeah, at the same time.
Beautiful. What we normally do with this is I just do a little introduction, welcome you into the show, and then, as my co-host likes to say, we just bombard you with questions. How does that sound?
Lovely.
Beautiful. Let me get my intro out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, today we bring you another wonderful guest, and our first guest from the most metal country there is, Finland. Today's guest is a musician, a teacher, a youth worker, and just an all-round wonderful person. A man who has performed on one of my top 5 albums of all time. Which one? Keep listening and you'll find out. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the Chronicles of Juska Salminen.
Did you know your surname or not?
I was going to say, did I get the surname?
It's perfect. I don't even lie. It's really good. It's really good.
Oh, yeah, good work.
Get in there.
That's excellent.
Yeah, you started with a really good one. Both of you.
But Juska, I feel that we should ask, the hardest of hitting questions to start with. How was your pandemic season? See, I know it's still going on-ish, but how was the pandemic for you over there?
It's kind of like, I don't know if we're forgetting it, but like the war in Ukraine is kind of like all over the news. So basically, even my wife is, she's on a sick leave now, but she was a nurse. She is a nurse in she's taking care of COVID patients. So basically, we are not wearing masks anymore. I don't know the numbers even anymore because we can't read it in the news because they are not in the news. But we live pretty much normal life. And you?
Yeah.
How is it there?
Yeah. Same. Like it never happened almost.
Yeah. That's kind of like I was just like, I'm going to be in a seminar next week, in a youth seminar, and I'm going to be the host there. So this is really great for me to be a guest here so I can relax. So I was just reading my works, studies from school, and there was my study when the COVID hits, when the government closed all the youth houses. So it feels so far away already. And it's not present anymore. It was a silent enemy, and now we can even like read it from it anymore.
Yeah, it's almost like we live with it now.
Yes, yeah. I didn't have it, like as far as I know.
That's good. That's really good. I had it twice, and it's not pleasant. Not pleasant.
Okay.
No. I had it the once, but it wasn't too severe. Just a bit tired. Didn't get me too bad, to be fair.
Yeah. But one of my friends faced paralyzed the half of it. So basically that one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's because of COVID. It was there before, but it like launched it, if you can say it that way. And that was a eye-opener for me that it's serious as well, because that was like, it was hanging, like he could turn it into a joke even. And I was like, come on, you can't joke in a way that you hold your face like this and the other eye is going like, and I was like, okay, free-ish, but he's okay.
Good, that place is all right.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But tip of the hat to your wife for the work she did as well, like looking after the sick patients. Like fair play to her.
Yeah, she was like him from those movies using those masks, basically.
Yeah. Right. So, Juska, take us back. Obviously, you're known for being a musician, but take us back. What did you want to be when you grew up, when you were a little boy?
I didn't have any that kind of like dreams. First, what I remember, there was a really well-known ski jumper from Finland called Matti Nykänen, and he used to win like for Olympics, if I remember right. He was only 18 when he got these huge prizes, and like he went up like this, sort of kind of like I can compare it to my in one point, but like a massive scale, bit younger, and like everyone was kind of like, he's the greatest star. So I wanted to be him, but he had a really difficult life afterwards when the fame went away. So he ended up dying a few years ago because of alcohol and all the other kind of like, he went really down. So I didn't want to be him, that kind of person, but he was sort of a hero for every little kid. And he came to my home city in Kouvola as well to jump after the bigger competitions. They came to Kouvola as well. And I remember my hand reaching, there were hundreds of kids, and he took my, piece of paper and for the signature. Like I can goosebumps.
That's amazing.
I'm speaking goosebumps to myself. That's kind of like egoistic. but anyways, I wanted to be him, and I don't know if I was like seeking for the feeling more than to be specific something as an occupation, or I didn't want it to be famous or anything. I just wanted the feeling, I guess.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
So where did the love of music come from then?
The music came from, I guess, from father, and it did. Like we got piano pretty early, on early stages, and they kind of forced me to and my brother to go to piano lessons. I think it's pretty common story with every kid. I don't know anyone who is going like, yeah, I want to go to play piano. Or maybe some, but like the first teacher was really bad. Okay. And my brother, like, not in a way that she couldn't play, but she was awful as a teacher.
Okay.
So kind of, as a personality. So my father quit straight away. And I just like, okay, can I try another one? And the next one was what do you call the person who plays in the church? Who's the organist? Yeah, the keyboard player of the church.
That sounds way more metal. We'll go with that.
So he was teaching me, and he was much more inspiring, and like that was kind of like how I got into playing. And then we had keyboards as well at home, and I rehearsed 3 years, and then it started to be a bit too much over after studies and like school, and I got kind of bored, and then I started to learn by listening. And with the keyboards you can kind of like play themes and like jingles, like different TV shows, starts of them, and it was more kind of like Beverly Hills High and MacGyver and that kind of stuff. So I was lazy in that sense, and it's kind of a pity in a way that I think that was the main reason later on that I couldn't stay at the level, but maybe a bit later of that one. But like it just wasn't time for me. I played soccer, and I studied hard. My mom and dad were teachers both, so it was a bit too much. But yeah, and music, listening-wise, first there was Kiss and Twisted Sister, but there was as well Sandra and Samantha Fox, so it's kind of like a sexy rock and roll combination.
So I read somewhere you were a techno guy. You like techno music, was that right?
yeah, that's true. That's kind of like I've always loved to dance, and it hit me at the Prodigy time. It was the highest peak. Before Prodigy, they were a bit like underground techno, and then Prodigy came to play in Finland, and I was 16 at the time. And I remember going to see them, and I was touching Keith flint there to the shoulder when they asked everyone to come to dance on the stage, and I was like, whoa, he looked at me. So again, the feeling. I didn't want to be Keith, but I got the vibe so much that I love techno and I love dancing, and I won a dance competition in Brighton when I was in study school. Yeah, boom, boom.
So what made you want to start playing in bands and playing music professionally then?
I never actually wanted to play as a profession, and still even it feels like I never kind of played in profession, professionally. Even I hit the heavy league, literally. There was a band called the Swampies. How do you say? Yeah, my friend built it up, and it was like lyrics from the B movies. You know, there was something like, there's something strange in the neighborhood, something lurking, something and I was a singer. It was kind of like a punkish, rockish band, and it was the first band, and it was fun. And then came Marianne, which used to be To Die For, and they wanted to have a keyboard player because they changed their direction more from glam rock to gothic rock around 1997, 98. And they asked me to play there, and I only got to play in Marianne for half a year or so before I joined him. So it was kind of like I didn't have any... I didn't dream to be in a professional music career in any point. I didn't even have time for it.
It just sort of happened.
It actually did. It happened so fast.
So how did you go from playing for 6 months in that band to then joining him? How did that happen?
This is kind of like I'm thinking if I tell the longer version or a short version.
Whichever version you want to tell.
Longest, go
I go for the long version. Yeah. So basically, let's go back to Prodigy time. I was in high school. It was the second grade, I think, and that was when I had blonde hair and using eyeliner to make the beard a bit darker. Just like I wanted to have the beard, which I have now. Now it's gray. I should do it again, but grayish, not gray. But at that time, I was more of a techno dude completely. And then came Marianne and Jape, the lead singer. At that time, local bands were still huge bands. I mean, not huge bands, but I consider them to be like celebrities, you know, in a sense. I don't think it's the same way anymore. But if you have a local band, it's not like it's easier to get to play and to get your name because of the social media. And at that time, if you played in a youth club, that was a big thing. If you played in a bar, it was even more. And when they asked me to play in the band, I got more into gothic music. Obviously, I sucked in the influence, and there was Paradise Lost and Typo Negative. So if I wouldn't be in that band, I might still be living in the techno of not the 90s dance music by far, but sort of more like techno music, more. Well, never knows what would have happened. But then I moved to. Oh, what's the next step? I went to army.
Oh, really?
And we have to go to army. And here it's like obligatory. How do you pronounce it?
Nailed it.
Cool. Anyways, I went there, and for the first time in my life, I got depression, and I had to quit the army. It was a really, really difficult time for you. I thought I'm going to lose my mind. It was back in the 1997, So basically, I didn't know what is happening to me. Everything before that one was really easy. I had a really safe surroundings when I was a child. I went to secondary school. Everything was okay, and nothing was wrong. High school, I got a high school love for 4 years, and not the Beverly Hills kind of life there, but in the middle, I was having time of my life. Then I went to army, and all of a sudden I kind of like couldn't concentrate anymore, and it went harder and harder and harder. And at the point, I just had to escape. I just had to quit it, and I went back home, and I was just like, what is going on here? It feels that someone sucked the brains out of me, the feelings and the emotions and everything. And I was just sitting there with like my eyes kind of like I didn't have any spark, maybe a bit of there. And that is the reason I moved to Helsinki at that specific time, because then when I started to feel a bit better, I applied to a school and got in to a restaurant school. And there I met a good friend, Tero, who introduced me for the first time, the first album of him. And that was kind of at the same time I was in Marianne. The Gothic was coming for me, the Gothic music. And then I heard him and I was like, wow, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. You have the massive guitar riffs and then Ville's voice. And it was like down and up and down and up. And I think it was because my life had been a bit of the same, first up and then really down. And I started to build myself a bit like as a whole person again. And him came in a really good moment. And I've heard several stories that people are saying that him music has helped them. And I can realize it because it helped me back then. And the feeling was really strong at that time. And now this is the longer version. So now I am living in Helsinki. I've been introduced to him with the album. And then there was a person, another friend I got from school was who knew Pätkä, the drummer from him at the time of Greatest Love Songs.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the next step. You have to understand that I didn't climb the steps to be the keyboard player of him, but I kind of like maybe reach for that same feeling as like with Matti Nykänen, the ski jumper, to get that autograph, to get that specific special moment to meet Ville. And we first were going to see the first gig of him in Vantaa, which is close to Helsinki, with Tero, but he wanted to show off, and in winter he drew like off from road just before we reached the venue. Not in a way, in a bad way, but still in a way that the car was like, it went off, and we couldn't get it off, so we missed the whole gig.
No.
Yeah, and I was pretty pissed off.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Beep that. So, but it's a good thing because the first gig I saw was in my hometown here in Kouvola, and because we knew Pätkä's friend, we got to say to Pätkä that, like my friend said, that do you know Ville? He's Ville as well. This is so confusing, but the person who knew Pätkä is Ville as well. So we got to go to talk with the same things, kind of like, he said, hey, I know Ville, and like, how do you know Ville? And I'm like, okay, he's my friend from school. And we got to talk. And then he asked in some point that, like, do you want to go to after party? And I was like, I want to go to after party. Of course I want. You're my favorite drummer, man. So then we went to a hotel, and in a hotel room in my hometown, I was partying with Pätkä, and I remember Linda, guitar player, was there as well, and some technicians. I was like, what is going on? Now I am there to play, rock in my favorite bands, not rock, but like rocking the party in hotel room. And that was kind of like, I heard that and went there and opened the door. There was Ville and Mika, and Ville says like, paskameno, which means like, this is shit, and put the door closed straight away. There he was. I was close to my, my star, my shining star. And that was another step. There was another moment, and kind of like, maybe I like subconsciously been trying to reach Matti Nykänen my whole life. The same feeling again and again when I was a kid. It just like clicked me now. But yeah, that was another step, sort of in a way that like I got to know the guys, and then it took about a week, and then I got a text message from Patka. We changed numbers, and I didn't think that like he would ever contact me again. And then all of a sudden, I got a message that, "Do you want to go and like have a beer with me?" And I was like, "What is going on? Why is a favorite drummer of my favorite band ever in the world wants to have a beer with me?" So it's kind of like a mystery, this whole freaking world, because him was Metallica for me. If Lars would have asked me to have a beer, I was like, no, I'm going with Patka. It's kind of like, and just trying to give you the feeling I had at that time. And I went to have a drink with Patka, and it was amazing. I was asking pretty much the same questions that people are asking from me occasionally, that do you get any money, and how is it to be with the fame, and like do you get any girls, and all that, like same thing is, but it's the way it is. And it was a nice evening, and that was kind of like a third step, maybe closer to him. And do you want to ask something in between, because this will come eventually?
No, I'm loving the story. I'm loving the story. Keep going.
Okay, yeah. And well, the next step was actually when I was walking. I saw Ville and the bass player of Amorphis in one bar, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna had a bit of like making myself a bit more brave, and walked in and said to Ville that I know you're a drummer. Can I sit down at the table? And that kind of like, maybe that's kind of a groupie kind of thing to do. But anyways, I did. So male groupie. Anyways, yeah. He said actually in some interview, Ville, in Finnish TV, that like they were asking of the new keyboard player, and he said that there was Juska from Kouvola, that like he was kind of a male groupie who tried to get closer to us. And there was a bit of truth in that one.
I was going to say, they're not completely wrong.
Yeah, not completely. But, yeah, no, okay. But I sat down to the table, and like I had EP, my of Marianne's, and it was kind of like I asked, do you want to come to listen to it to my car? And he came there, and I was playing my first demo of my first band to my favorite singer in my car in Helsinki, and I was like, okay, life magical moment again. Ville Valo is sitting next to me in my crappy car listening to my demo. I was like, it's okay. And I gave him my album, The Greatest Love Songs, and he signed it. And there was a year 1998, and then he put a line and 3 under that, and it took me quite a while to understand. And it was like 1998 divided with 3, and it was 666, obviously, but I didn't get it at that time.
That's clever.
Yeah. And that was a one step. So the next one, they came to play to Kouvola in the same bar. In between that time, I went to festivals. I got to see more gigs, and I got to meet the guys and talk with them more. And it was a really special feeling again for me. I never dreamed of kind of playing in the band. It wasn't even in my head. I didn't even, there was no way I could even imagine that kind of thing. But then they came to Kouvola, and Ville was doing the gig. He was asking like to microphone that, Juska, can you bring a glass of whiskey to me? And I was like, yeah, I'm in my hometown. Ville Valo is asking me to bring a whiskey glass. Of course, I can bring the whiskey glass. And that's kind of like that male groupie thing again. But anyways, at least there's nothing sexual in it, so it's okay. That's all right. And not a bromance. It's but after the gig, he asked me to kind of like come sit next to me, and this is starting to be a romance. But anyways, and this is like the moment of my life. But anyways, that is the exact moment when he asked that, we had a bit of problems with our keyboard player, and he's not coming to play on a tour. That would you like to join us to play the tour in Germany? And that is the moment, and that's kind of like, whoa. And that is the moment I go back. That was a long story in a way. There's a shorter story, and that is maybe in between, because there are kind of many steps to move in that specific question that, do you want to come to play the German tour? And the first question I asked was like, how about my own band? Which is really great for me, like hindsight, to think that like I had this feeling of, what's the English word? That my friends can trust me, like my band members from Marianne.
Yeah.
I'm not making a jumpy decision even when they are asking. I'm not proud of many things, kind of like there's a thin line being proud and brag about it. But that's kind of like, I'm proud that it came like straight away. How about my own band? He said like, hey, you can do that as well. That this won't take your complete time. Of course, it will take everything. But I didn't think that back then. But that's kind of the story how I got into band. And yeah,
it's nuts. I just love the fact though your favorite band, and you just managed to slowly climb that ladder to being a member of the band. That's mental.
Yeah, that's a really well used word, because I like complete mental case going down and going back like freakish way in a way. Yeah, it's mental.
It's nuts.
I'm gonna use that word.
How was the German tour?
German tour before that one, because this is a podcast and you want to hear stories, Chronicles.
Oh yes.
I have to tell something before that German tour. The next moment, because this is so mesmerizing and magical, they gave me the album. I had the album list, but I had to rehearse the songs. And Ville was going to come to my place to teach me the songs. So from that moment in hotel room where they hit the door and said, it's shitty feeling, then he wanted to come to my home to teach me his songs. So come on, universe, it's mental. So you know the fish effect when you watch from the door, fish eye, yeah. So you can hear the buzzer sound, and then you can hear the elevator, and then you can. I'm watching that the long hair with the leather jacket is coming and pressing the ding, and I was like, okay, I'm waiting just a second, and open the door and welcome. And there he was in my studio room and like teaching me the songs of my favorite band ever. And then he left, and then I was just sitting there and like moving around his coffee cup, and like then I felt like after the first date. So really, But yeah, so that's how it went. So and it moved on. It moved to the next. Do you want to hear the next step?
Yeah,
of course.
Okay. So the next step is not a good part of this movie. I went to rehearsing place, and just before we started to play, just when 666, what is the song's name? Your Sweet 66.
Oh yeah.
When we started to like, and I couldn't get my keyboards on, and it's like there was this little adapter thing. It had broken. So what are the odds for that one? And there is like, I'm not exaggerating this thing. It really happened. And I was like, oh my God, I can play. What can I do? I had just 1 week before bought a keyboard from a flea market. And it was back at my home. And I just had to went there and ran with a leather jacket and like took a tram there. And it was really heavy. And I hadn't played only once before that one. And then I took it there and played with that one. I couldn't hear anything. And it's like, it's as a comparison, you trying to throw a dart to a dartboard and trying to hit the 10. But as you can't hear anything with the keyboard, so just trying to play the songs. So I was really miserable, and I just left the rehearsing place. And I'm sorry that like I play When Love and Death Embrace with a terrible string sound, and there's basically nothing I can do. And then it took a couple of days, and my friend put a text message to me and asked like, who is going on a tour? And I was like, me. And then he put the cell phone next to TV saying that like Ville is saying in the TV show that like, okay, that who is going to go to Germany with you, keyboard player, because I've heard that there is some like problems. And then he said that Antto is going to come, there is no problems. And I was like, what the fuck? I heard from the TV show that I'm not going to be the keyboard player of a tour from my friend's cell phone. I was like, okay, nice. And that I felt like someone was hitting me with the baseball bat of like, honest, come on, life with like, oh. But anyways, that was another step. And another step was after maybe 3 days, Mika, the bass player, called me and like, want to come here? And we went to bar to talk. And he said that like, okay, we have problems with our keyboard player. Do you want to still come to play the tour with us? I was like, yes, I want to come to play the tour with us. I understand that like in the big world, there are problems. And then I went to play keyboards, and it went really well, and got a lot of compliments from the band before after that rehearsals, and then we went to German tour, and that was kind of a roller coaster ride, emotional, and
I can imagine.
Yeah. And your question was, how was the German tour? And should I go on, or do you have any other questions?
We have quite a few. I've got quite a few still, but
yeah, but I'm intrigued about this German tour.
We're enjoying the stories. Keep going.
Okay, I'll tell some part of it. The first gig, maybe I leave it to the first gig because it's like for me the most precious moment. And just before when we left, they decided that we have to, or I have to rehearse Enjoy the Silence, Depeche Mode, because there wasn't enough songs in the set list. And then it took quite a while for me to, I'm not technically the best player in the world. And when you put the pressure of getting things right in your first week, your favorite band in the first gig of the first tour to get that do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. So that you can only concentrate on that one moment. Like when you wake up in the morning, you're just like waiting to get to that show. You're waiting to that specific moment when you get do-do-do-do. And there are songs before that one. And in the end, the whole thing, when Patka was just hitting the drums and I'm playing that, it went awesome. So then everything kind of like all the pressure went off, and then I just started. I was a member of my favorite band. I was on the top of the world for that, like the gig, and then when we went down, and our manager Seppo came after like half an hour to say that like, hey, do you want to come here? That there are 2 girls who want your autograph. I was like, mine. Only mine, and I was a rock star.
That's amazing. That's how you know you've made it. That's amazing. So, obviously, you weren't known by your name in the band. You had a wonderful stage name. Where did the name Zoltan Pluto come from?
I was talking about the movie lyrics. They had kind of like nothing to do with the Swampies band to him, but Ville had watched the movie Hound of Dracula, a B movie, and the hound was called Zoltan. So as a dog, I don't know if it was because of my eyes are a bit of like this. I think that is kind of like the cute version. The other version should be that like they once said that like you go there, dog, and bring us beer or something. Anyways, either it's love with all their love, it wasn't kind of like push away. But even though the dog was the main thing there, so it was Zoltan, and everyone knows Pluto. Basically, Pluto is another dog. So basically, it's 2 dogs, and it's freaking weird.
Yeah.
Not the answer I expected, but I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah. And when we went to Hungary, I got this mug, the name mugs. It's kind of like their Zoltan is kind of like a John. So you can imagine I go to Hungary and I got Hungarian name with Pluto. It's like John Pluto or whatever. It's like
Pluto.
Zoltan Pluto. So now I still have the mug with the Zoltan.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, as I said in my intro, like you performed on one of my favorite albums of all time, that being Razorblade Romance. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of that record and whatnot, thanks to my friend Andy, I discovered what's known as the Slippery When Dead demos. The songs on those demos, the songs sound a lot more like Greatest Love songs. That sort of sound of the band. Do you remember much from those demos? Were you involved in those, or was that before you came on board?
I wasn't involved to them, so I'm never taking credit of anything I haven't done. So basically, I came to already served table. So that is what happened, and I loved that Slippery When Dead. I loved the sound. It was exactly what it should have been. But in my fan mind, in my what I was like, what him was for me. But I think that, and it was kind of like, you can't join me in death with the 5 minutes version, and all the drums were with drum machine, kind of like they weren't live drums, and it was just, it wasn't meant to be. No. So basically, then arrangement started like from the rehearsing place again to come closer to the or to complete to be the version of Razorblade Romance, and that was a kind of like a mid stage and compromission from labels and Ville, I guess, to move to Razorblade Romance. Yeah. I was a mere keyboard player. Ville is a mastermind. I think everyone knows that. Yeah, that he's the genius behind. But there's still room for the band as well. But I guess Linde did a bit more, at least in the first album, and I was kind of like a, how would I say it? I was a Kouvola, home city, little guy from here, member more than a one of five.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
And I didn't mind. It's just like, as I said, I don't want to take all the any credits of anything. I did some arrangement there and there to the songs, but I would love to say that I came up with a join me intro, but I didn't. It's just like, maybe I shouldn't. I would like be like, yeah, I was the main guy. Like an intro there with the millions of listeners and everything. But I played it.
You play
at least to the album.
That's all that matters at the end of the day. You're known for playing it on that. How was the recording the album? Because if memory serves, it because the big names had performed in that studio where you recorded it.
That is something. We just, was it last year or year before that when Bohemian Rhapsody came to movie? What have you seen it?
No, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. For me, when I sat down and watched that movie and saw like the aerial clips coming from the same studio, establishment shot going there, it was like, I was like, whoa, I was there. And now I'm watching movie like where I was. And no one has ever said, so this one I'm going to keep to myself, that like, I don't want to hear, if it's not played with the same grand piano as Bohemian Rhapsody is, because I want to believe that one. And it might be, or it might be not, but I don't want to call to them that was it. Because it's just like the understanding of it. Now, it is even recorded at the same studio where there is like Oasis, Queen. Well, if you don't know, listener, Google out Monmouth Wales studios, so you see the list of this big of different bands, and it was awesome. It was a bit difficult for me as well. I hate studios. I hate when the red button is on, and I hate mistakes. It's kind of like it was starting to be quite pressure at that moment as well, that like I wasn't as professional as the others were. So the pressure was building really high. There was John Fryer, and I heard all the names, Nine Inch Nails and everything. And I was like, okay, it's really going to the big level. So when you are there and there is record label is investing a lot of money, and there I am. Now you heard the story how I got into the band, and it didn't take that long time that I'm in Monmouth Studios playing with the grand piano of Bohemian Rhapsody to make the album. So being a little guy, being a fan, being a member of the band, it was all here. So everything didn't go as planned. So I fucked up the first. Okay, can I swear?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't normally swear, but I got into the deep memories. That like, I really don't swear, but like it wasn't fun. Obviously, if you do work with John Fryer and you don't like complete thingies, there was programming for the first time to myself. I was playing the Merian EB in a demo studio in Finland, and it was played live. So if you have to work bit by bit, and I didn't complete it for the first time, so it was really kind of like the universe was pressing me down, like pushing me to the small point that like, okay, I just recovered from a deep depression, and now I have to come on, man.
Yeah.
But like all in all, when I got over that one, it was really fun, and like they forced me to play naked one last time, and in a good way. Yeah. If you don't play naked, we're gonna play that one last time. So I was playing one last time naked with the Rhodes piano. So that's the fun. And they were actually naked next to me, sitting in the lotus position. Now you're humming the spirit in. So
fucking brilliant.
There was a lot of fun. We were watching a lot of movies, and there was a chef coming every day making food like what we wanted, and it was it was kind of, I didn't even remember of the chef thing, that like he came there, asked what we want to eat, and it was that rock and roll star life, and we wanted to walk up to hills and always it was a bit boring in some, but still playing NHL games with Gas. We bonded really fast because he and both are hockey fans, and yeah, and guys were doing some funny things while making the album. They're kind of like playing with the capes and just to get the feeling into it. And that is awesome, because I have a really open, still quite open, a bit open wood from recording albums in studio. And now I'm doing it, and now it's fun with in a band which I'm in now, Reine. But back then it left a real huge uncomfortable scar.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
Did you feel like, what's the phrase? Imposter syndrome? Was it that sort of thing? Like you'd worked to get there, but you didn't feel like you should be there, if that makes sense.
In a way, yeah, it could have been that way. I never felt. I think I was a fan playing in the middle of him. All in all, I always, because as a keyboard player, I was there back in the venue. I was there, and I was. I've seen the YouTube clips later on. Obviously, I watch sometimes to go back to history to see that there are quite a few, and there I can see the show in a way that like other members as well made a bit of mistakes there and there. But for me at that time, everything else was perfect band all the time. And then there was me, who was just like a little guy, little shivering guy. Not anymore at that time when I was playing gigs in Germany for thousands of people, because it was in a backspine. I was a rock and roll star at that time, like feeling at it at least. And but in studio, it was still difficult. It was really difficult because, well, you put it pretty well. Maybe I didn't feel like I was supposed to there. I wanted to be there, but I was in an environment and the depression was really close still. So it really took a lot of toll from me to put myself together to perform in such a high level. And everything happened so fast.
And obviously that album sent the band into like the stratosphere. Huge hits, singles, music videos, even for some unknown reason releasing that album under the band name Her in America. Like, did you expect the album to be as successful as it was?
Sorry. Well, there was this misprint, or can you say it that way, that there was only like one last time was missing from the album. So we said back then, this is going to be, someone's going to pay a lot of money from this because they're going to be collectibles. But I wasn't thinking, I thought that like, because he was growing up before even the album in Germany, we saw that it was like a more crowd bit by bit, even before the explosion. But I thought it could happen. And I think that the band felt as well that there is something growing up in Germany. And it was Germany who open-heartedly took us. And in the end, we did, and Ville did so much promotional work. He did actually everything. Our manager, rest in peace, Seppo, put a lot of effort to get us everywhere. And in the end, I think it was the youngsters who actually made, like, when you get the emo sort of music, metal combined to the Edgar Allan Poe, like Ville, to the hearts of youngster teenagers, you hit the jackpot. And then they started to come, like I remember in Berlin or something, they opened the door while I was still like doing something to my keyboards, and they were running like youngster teenagers. They were running next to the stage, and I was like, okay, I'm going away. So that's that's the difference from what it used to be in Gothic clubs when there are adults with eyeliners and people are dancing like this and not crying and screaming like they did later on. And the one big thing was as well the 13th Floor movie, which was released, and we had to join me there, so that helped.
I've never actually seen that movie. I've no idea if it's any good.
Billy was asked. No. We were in the opening gala, the premiere, and we went there with 13 black Porsches. And everyone was like, I was in one and the band members and then other stuff. I can't remember who were there. But they asked Ville, did you like the movie? And he answered something like, it was a movie. And I love Matrix. And Matrix, I think, was exactly at that time. And that was kind of like a crappier version of Matrix. In a way, it's okay, but the idea is there that it's sort of till the point of green color. It's kind of greenish color as well as Matrix is. So it wasn't a good timing, I think. Next to Matrix. Good
diplomatic answer. I like it.
Yeah, but you should watch it. It's just like I think I'm going to watch it because of this podcast, because it's not a bad movie, but like maybe it was a bit boring and but it helped a lot.
Yeah, like I said, it's nuts how popular the band got from that album. But deservedly, because like I said, it's such a good album. But so you left the band in New Year's Eve 2000, but before we touch on why, the next record, Deep Shadows, came out later in 2001. Did you have any involvement in the early stages of that record, or was that all done after you left?
I was listening to those. Someone got me. I got a link to those songs, which were kind of like a demo versions. You know, bootlegs, not bootlegs, but those demos. Not bootlegs of gigs, but demos of like maybe shouldn't be released. Yeah. But then I listened to them and I was like, okay, this sounds so familiar, and I jumped to the rehearsing place in my memories, and I remember I was part of. I remember rehearsing a few of the songs, "Salt in Our Wounds," "Please Don't Let It Go." And maybe those, and I do remember when we started to rehearsing, and I think that was one of the main reasons as well. I was starting to feel so tired because we were touring and rehearsing nonstop, and then as the band moves on, you have to start to make the next album. So with the limited skill and the limited growth as being a musician or time to be a rock star. And then you put another album there where we were all completely tired, and you need to have that specific something in you. And it did, like I said when we started this, that like I only played for 3 years, so it's not enough. I didn't have the skills to play different scales or just to jam with the guys. I was the one out from that musical family. No, in a way that they push it, and I didn't feel that bad of it. But like, I played a few some of them, but like not for example pretending. Not in Joy and Sorrow. I like that song, but I didn't play in that one. But yeah, a couple of them.
I was intrigued because, like I said, it's such a good album as well. I was intrigued if you had any involvement in that one. But obviously, as we just touched on then, you did leave the band New Year's Eve 2000. What was it that led to you making that? Was it all that pressure and the time and everything, you just couldn't do it anymore?
Yeah. it's like it was building up the pressure. It's like I as in a youth work, I've told these stories as lectures sometimes. So my comparison has been to compare it to, you know, the little motorcycles. What do you call this?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, they're not motorcycles, but those
Mopeds.
small ones. Mopeds, yeah. So if other band could use like the 45 kilometers, which is like the limit here, and they can go pretty fast, and they can just pull that with that one. I have to do some stuff that it is always going like 80, like and it's like it needs to pound, and if it doesn't pound, you need to like completely. You just can't handle that pace all the time, too fast. And in the end, I had to make a decision to keep it on the road and took away my hand from the and otherwise it would have gone to off-road, or I would have, in the worst case, made a decision to drive off-road, if you know what I mean. I don't know if I would have jumped out from the balcony or anything, but it would have gone so much worse. And I had that one experience of depression before, so I knew that like this is bad. But it was meant to be. Maybe we all believe in what we believe. We are all entitled to believe what this whole universe thing is. But for me, I needed to have some sort of a reason why this whole story happened to me. And maybe later on, I realized that maybe it was just for me to experience that moment. So I can kind of like talk to you of this thing after 20 years and give maybe some sort of reflections to people who suffer from depression or whatever. And that sort of like justifies my time in him for myself, because I need that justifying.
Yeah, bless you, Juska. I mean, the fact that you deal with that is, you know, the fact that you just talk about it so freely, so openly is incredible. Absolutely incredible. It's, you know, and I'm sure there's loads of people down the way that listen to this and go, what a legend. You know, I appreciate, I can relate. And, you know, it's absolutely fantastic. If he can do it, I can do it. So, yeah, you're a very inspirational human, my friend. And I appreciate that you're talking ever so freely to us. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
But just going back to music. So there's a question I like to ask every single musician is music videos, love them or hate them?
I love them.
Okay. That's a very rare answer.
I love them. I love them. If I would, it would be like hitting myself to face or shooting myself to angle, because we make music videos at the moment. So in my company, but still being a music TV generation guy, it's just like it was. I love movies. I love that time. I love my childhood Back to the Future fan-based happy times. And that time music videos came and I was like, whoa, this is a different channel to like a escapism, you know. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Never-Ending Story kind of thingy. And that kind of thing. So like music video, it just illustrates, what was the song when they are like the first 3D animation. Anyways, it's just like I love them. I don't know anymore. It's really different now because it's not like they don't do it that much. But like, we are going to make a music video tomorrow, and we just did our own 2 weeks ago, and it's fun. And yeah.
Plus, you are known for having some incredible dance moves, especially in the Right Here in My Arms video. Yes. The fact you did that just made my heart very happy. I'm not going to lie. I can't tell you how many times I've done that dance while watching that video. It's just the best.
It's like my dad, they called me Dancing Queen. And I don't know if I compensate my skills with that one, but like if as I wanted, I liked the dance. And at that time, Burton, who replaced me, he's much more technical guy, and he has more keyboards and more sounds but the songs were so simple that, you know, Wicked Game or It's All Tears or the only like 3 chords, Poison Girl, and well, Join Me was a bit more Resurrection. They are a bit more like you have to concentrate on playing. But if you have 3 chords and you just put the skirt on, you put the eyeliners, and you mash your head or dance like as much as you can, and that gave me the purpose what I needed to be in the band as well. That you yeah, I was Zolt, but and I remember the keyboard player of Amorphis, Sande, after like 18 years, I went to play Into Die For again, 2011 or somewhere there, and I had the skirt still on. And Sande put under the picture a comment that like, and the dance goes on. I was like, yeah. And I already felt like, okay, the player of Amorphis is like putting a comment for me. Even I know Sande pretty well, but it was so far away from being in like an active, high level public rock and roll life that for me it felt like, oh my God, a celebrity is talking to me, even if he sounds kind of like my friend.
I love it.
Daily basis, yeah. You get when you get a distance to be yourself there, you start to see it a whole different way, and that's a good thing because it keeps you kind of like a humble to the whole fact that you're wearing it, that you have the privilege to get it, and it is still that I'm justifying myself, you know, to have that experience, and it helped a lot when I found myself. Because it was a burden. I didn't want to be ex-member all my life, but I just couldn't know how to handle with the fact that when do I talk about it? When is it okay to talk about it? When it came to conversation, sometimes then I see the reactions of my peer group, like the same age. Everyone knows him, almost everyone. So I see the bit of a change there. Like, okay, you were in a him, and I was thinking that, like, do I think that they think I was in a hymn? And it started to be really messy. And it took me approximately 13 or 14 years to recover from my departure. So it was a long road. And the youth work sort of was the closer in a way to that I freely could talk about it to youngsters. So in between that, there was alcoholism. There was like, I was trying to find answer from booze, and you know that you can't find the answer from there. There were several years of deep depression, which I won again. And I was in a dark place, but like still there was a hidden hope and a spark of hope, which never completely went down. So I could ignite it bit by bit and like completely like kind of like build a new me, because I was taken away from normal me and put into the like a, what is this? Anyways, a vortex of rock and roll, weird star life. And then I was thrown to really, really weird normal life, which was kind of like all the money, which didn't make any difference. There wasn't money anymore. And then I read from the papers and Ville got something around 500,000 euros. And I was like, okay, nice. And that everything was great. And in the end, I won. So, and it's easy to say now that I'm privileged to have every kind of feelings. And even it was hardest when I didn't have any feelings, which is like my definition for depression, that kind of like you're kind of like a living corpse. And life is about feelings. And when you don't have anything, then you just have to survive. And I got the feelings back, and then this is like colorful. It's not like this. And now things are fine.
I love that, though. Just to piggyback what Tom was saying earlier, that right there is so inspirational. You know, people do suffer with mental health and not enough people talk about it. And the fact that, you know, you've come through that other side of it and gone, yeah, I struggled. I'm not going to lie to you. I was in my favourite band of all time. I left. I struggled when I made that transition. But here I am on the other side of it. And it's phenomenal. And that's why I reached out to you. Yes, you performed on one of my favourite albums of all time. But that wasn't why I reached out to you. It was the fact that, you know, you got through the other side and you now do this youth work and you've used that traumatic time of your life to help others. And I find that so inspiring.
Yeah, that is kind of like if I don't hurt the feelings of my parents or my wife or my friends, which is not that, okay, my friends helped me, but my parents, raised me up kind of like 4 times from the scratch because I was like mentally sucked out like this. And if you have a kind of like that gray corpse without like any sparks in your eyes, then you have to just kind of like their pain. I understand I can't feel their pain because I've been in the center. I had my own pain, but the pain that your son is slipping away is something, it must be terrible because they can't reach to my soul because soul is covering itself because that is the only thing that keeps me like staying alive to like having my last spark here. So they can't reach it until their son came back again just to lose again. And the road was hard and I don't mind anything. Like I don't have the stigma. I can't have it because no one can hurt me because it's all open. I went to psychotherapy for 2 years and I loved it. Everyone should go to psychotherapy. It's the best time of life if you can like take two times a week, 45 minutes talking of yourself. It's kind of really refreshing. So, but like I said, I did want to talk about what you do now, which is, you know, it's so important. And that's your youth work. As you said, you deliver lectures and talks. And what exactly is it you talk about during these lectures and talks that you deliver? Well, the story of him is a kind of like a, you know, throw-in that him is not, they don't know him anymore. The youngsters, they kind of like it's the whole new generation, and him is kind of the cat is sleeping there. Just a second. I'm gonna take I'm in the room where I have this. This is the join me thing.
Oh wow!
This is like a 5,000 or this is 10,000 copies. So basically, that is from Finland. It's sort of nothing if you got 10 million streams or anything. So I can't, it doesn't make any use for me to carry these things anymore. Just a second. Here is another one. And this is from Germany. And it's 300,000 copies.
That's incredible.
So, but like, it's...
Razorblade Romance, yeah. I love it's got Pluto Zoltan on it.
Yeah. But the thing is that they don't see the numbers anymore. They don't understand that the albums are it's pretty hard to sell 300 millions. I don't know how many him has altogether sold. But your question is what I talk for, in lectures. Him is to get them realize that the publicity and the experience and feeling is still pretty much the same. If you reach a certain point, you are going to be a public figure. And publicity itself is not an occupation. It's a side effect of something that you do well. Or there's another road. If you go to Big Brother or something, you get the celeb status by doing something wrong, maybe, or something stupid. But that's a one road as well. And the social media influencers, I thought that it's kind of like a few years ago, I was like, okay, they are showing and talking about their life. But you really need to work. I think when you're a high-level influencer, you really have to know what to do. But anyways, the publicity is, I try to teach them and tell them that be ready for the publicity, and like if you trying to reach it. And the other part, the bigger part, is about my mental illness, and that it can come back again, even if I think I won it for the last time. Maybe not, maybe I did, I hope I did, but openly tell about my problems, which I did manage to overcome. And I think that has touched, even like when the adults come to say that like I have the same kind of problems and it's nice that you talk about them, that's precious for me. Not in a way that, of course, it's for the youngsters, but I'd like to tell the story as well for the adults, because the best rewarders for me is that the youngsters are silent and that they are really listening. And the best thing has been when the youngster has they have come to me, a couple of them, like this is the first time I'm talking about my friend's suicide after my lecture. So basically that is like, what can you ask anymore? It's kind of like you don't, youth work you don't do for the numbers, you do for the individuals. And if you can say one only for even for half an hour to get more to the goal to get better, it's something kind of like a special thing to do.
Absolutely. I know exactly what you mean. It's like, it doesn't matter if how many people have seen this, but if you touch that one person and help them when they need it, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. But what made you want to do this and to open up like you do?
2010, I was asked to make a workshop as a musician. There was another band. It was for childcare, like a troubled youngsters or troubled home. I'm working in childcare at the moment. That they are living in an I don't know the English word, but they are living inside the locked doors. I'm working there as at the moment as a being like youth worker. Yeah. So back then I wasn't working in any youth work area, but they asked me to go to play keyboards or something like that. I don't know how to play keyboards. I was just like playing in him. That's like, it was 3 chords and I was just dancing. So basically, I don't know how to. I don't know how to teach youngsters. Feeling insecure again. So then I said that like, okay, maybe I can tell my story. And they were, as I said, it was a fire, like a campfire. They were there and the youth workers were there and everyone was silent. And after that one, when I left and I was driving back home, I started to cry. It was like, I was like, okay, and this had something meaningful, and I can put this experience in the top 3 of my hymn experience. And it was maybe in a way when I was like still trying to, again, using the word justify, but like to give some sort of a meaning that why I had to suffer, why I did get to the band, why it was me who got to his favorite band and the rock and roll life. And that was the start for the lecture part. And I didn't do it as a profession. It just came for the youth work. And then I went there and there and there. They asked me there and I went there. And and then I started to plan it a bit more, that you can't talk 1.5 hours. I made it 45 minutes and practiced it, talked it to the wall again and again and again and again to make it more, here it is. And then I think I'm pretty good in it. And I felt not to be good in playing keyboards, but now I feel I'm quite expert of myself and being an ex-hymn member and getting the thing from him still again by talking the story and give my own brains for people to see.
Have you ever thought about motivational speaking?
So it is, and every single time it kind of gives something back for me as well. And, it is in a way motivational speaking. You get, there is a trauma, and it is a special story. I don't know if you've seen Rockstar, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I love that film.
Yeah, so mine is a bit like a similar, smaller scale story that you get to play in the favorite band and that kind of stuff. So it's a special story, especially in Finland, that like some person got to play in one of the most biggest band. So yeah, I've been building it up to be a motivational, not intentionally in a way that like I don't want to consider myself to be. This is like shaking all the time when I hit the ironing board. So yeah,
it's all good.
I don't want to consider myself to be a motivational speaker. It sounds a bit kind of like plastic in a way, because I'm throwing myself so open to audience. It is motivational. It is what it is. But like I just want to go there and open myself and then go back home and see what happens. And since so far it's been okay. They have opened up, and
that's good.
Yeah,
really good.
Do you find doing this work has helped you in your recovery as well, like a form of therapy as such, to talk about it so much?
Yeah. It's like I said, I was 2 years in the psychotherapy, and it went really deep, and I'm honestly saying that everyone should have the privilege to do it, because it would be so much easier to live and to breathe, because we have thingies we are holding. But having this lecture, I meet people, and every time you meet a person, you have a little confrontation, like the word. Every time you meet a person, you learn something new. And if I throw everything out, almost everything, someone will come, some individual. As I said, it's not the numbers, it's the one person. And there's always one new word. And that, what someone says to me after the lecture, or the some feeling, or the someone like hardly ever dislikes it. But when it comes, it's again, I'm the little boy there. Okay, he doesn't like what I do. I have to learn to live with that one as well. So it is building me every time. And it's really, really good way to still learn who I am. And I completely don't want to know, because this is an adventure. This is kind of like, it would be really boring to get the whole idea.
Yeah.
why we are here, because we would reach the goal already. But I want to find different kind of methods to, like this. It was really easy for me to say yes when you asked, because this, like, I would have watched Netflix, and that's kind of like, I'm really happy that we got this time scheduled here, and it's, yeah, I'm always answering with the side stories there today. But like,
we like that though.
We love it,
yeah, because obviously people listen to us chat shit for like an hour and a part either side of the interview. So the more you talk, the better it is, to be honest with you. So people that our listeners keep coming back to and tell us they love the fact that we let our guests talk. So the more you talk, yeah, it's fantastic. So please do keep going. It's as many side stories as you like, any tangents, anything you want, just gets all yours. Just carry on. But you mentioned that you've been doing music videos and you have a band at the moment. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So how was all that going?
The band is Reine. It's like a French word for queen, I think.
Okay.
No any connection to Queen as a band.
Yeah.
Some weird connection now when we talk tonight, but like, there is we started, my friend, I known him around 30 years, something, but then we went to different directions. He went to Helsinki or whatever, somewhere, and I had my life, and he's audio. He's got all the gadgets of audiovisual world.
Oh wow!
And he's my. We have a concrete media audiovisual company. We put that last November. We got two in that one, and then I was gonna play a feature in their song, but then Markku asked me, the guitar player and who programs stuff, and like, okay, I'm just gonna ask this. Don't have to answer straight away. Well, what if you want to play in the band? And I think it was just the right moment. It's just like it's been there. I said like many years that there is always a silence in between two songs. So I guess there isn't like enough silence in between those songs. There was To Die For. There was To Die For when I was drunk basically every day. Then there was To Die For. I got kicked out, by the way. It's a good thing. With an email. Not a good thing. I always kicked out from TV broadcast live, and anyways, and now I played in To Die For 2010, and when there was some sort of album made, and we still got like tour in China and that kind of stuff. But now this is the first time I just composed the main vocals. I composed, and like I did arrangements, and I made the lyrics, and now this is the first time I'm doing so much, and I actually write lyrics and melodies. Wow. So the next song is completely like the lead vocal melody, and the lyrics are made by me. Markku made the beginning and programmed it, and like I arranged keyboards, and Markku can play drums and guitar and bass. And then there is Sanja, who is from Croatia originally, and she's a singer. So we're
stunning voice. She's got a great voice.
Yeah, she's I didn't even know her before, and it's so weird that like now we haven't seen many times, and it's we've seen somehow like 5 times maybe. But we are building this slowly, and of course we wanted people to hear this, but we haven't done anything to promote it yet. We've just put the video on YouTube, and it's something like maybe 2,500 times. But now we are trying to push it to the point that like we can get some sort of feedback, and maybe I'm gonna use for the first time now. I'm gonna check my card as an ex-him keyboard player, that if it interests that way, that this is the first time that I'm writing lyrics and composing songs. So here it is. Take it all in, or in the middle. So this is the first time in my life that I'm going to go back to use a bit of that, like my past. And it's not an easy thing for me, because I'm really humble. I talked about universe, and I've been really pressed to the humbleness of the whole thing. So it's not an easy thing for me, but like, why not? And still, even if I say why not, I'm thinking, should I do it? Because it's been so because it's been so massive, and it's so like inside me that I can't talk of it. I can't use it. But maybe this is like now or never. Because there's not going to be another band where I'm going to compose and make, which is so close to that gothic vibes, which I learned to love when 20 years ago. So we'll see how it goes. And if not. But like the goal is to get to play in some gothic festival in Germany, because that was so much fun. And I want Markku and Sanja to get that experience. So yeah, and that is like the next that is the thing that I'm like having in my dreams, that you go there. Festivals, I love them anyways. I've been there, and you go there and you play the gig, and then you have the lovely time and the festival area. And we'll see. We'll see if I get my Zoltan good vibes or if the dance.
I was going to say, when it comes to new dance moves.
We'll see. Definitely, there's gonna be a skirt, so I'm not gonna boost that one. Maybe, honestly, I haven't used the skirt in the music videos, but I have to say that for the first time, working in youth services and getting to the like career mode, that you go to like slowly youth worker, producing cultural youth worker. You're starting to change. Your clothes are like jeans, and you're buying them more like to look like normal adult. And then snap. Okay, put some eyeliner, put some gothic clothes, and go to take the promo pics. I had to drink like half a bottle of red wine to even. And there's the promo shoot, and it's like. It was so weird. It was just so weird. But I managed to do it. And like when we shot the last video, it was already easier. It's just like you don't want to. From youth leader in 1 hour to gothic keyboard player. It's not easy.
I can imagine, to be fair. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, before we start wrapping up here, because we're conscious of time, if people are listening to this and they're wanting to hear some of the stuff you've been involved in, is there like a particular song or two you would recommend? It could be Him to Die For, Reine, or anything that we haven't covered. Is there anything you might encourage people to check out?
Well, of course, I have to make you want to wait for our new Road song to get online. So to say, video is on the editing table, and it will be up there soon. But like we don't actually have homepage or social media yet, so I don't know. You can follow Juska Media. You will get information from there straight away when it's on from Facebook and my Instagram. But you should maybe listen to Die For's Last Breath. That is the song I've composed. That's the outro of the album 4. And not many people know that. That is actually, I sang that and to the album, and I composed it and like I played it. So that's about depression, of course, because I was dealing with it that time. But there is my heart in it, and that's something I recommend.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So, what was I about to say? I've lost myself. There we go. Found myself in my notes. There we go. Before we wrap, I did want to add a fun little story of someone you unknowingly helped. I put on social media that we were talking to you, and I had a gentleman named Tom contact me. Not this one, a different one. And he said basically back in the day he was talking to a girl he was dating, and he actually convinced her that he was the one that played keyboards on Gone with the Sin, and it helped him get somewhere, if you know what I mean. So I think he might owe you something.
I was thinking it's all different, like some sort of motivational story. Yeah.
There you go. It's one for this lecture, isn't it?
Nice, Tom. I wonder what he looks like. What was he like?
Oh, I get so happy every time you do that. Mr. Stevens, do you have any more questions for our guest?
I have one. Juska, when you were a young lad growing up in Finland, did you ever think that your life would go the way it has done? Did you ever think that you'd be here today?
Here in No. I was when I was a young boy or young lad before army. As I said earlier, everything was normal. Everything was so like living in just a normal life, and then hit the depression and changed my whole life. So no, you heard the story what I told already. So that it's kind of weird. It's kind of like a Cinderella fairy tale nightmare, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I just, this has been amazing story and a chapter of like my life that I've been blessed, that I've been taking those feelings away and giving them back, because in a way that this has been great adventure. So being thankful for getting tickets of life to experience this whole thing, and there is still much more to come. And yes, because on November I'm gonna get my firstborn. So I haven't. I'm gonna say out loud here for the first time, because I'm not spreading the word in social media, but that is, you're gonna get the news, and there's a new chapter coming.
Congratulations! That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
And hey, we tried for 7 years. So that was another dark, hard road. So you that's what I'm saying. Like, did you ever think of, as a lad, to come to this point? Life gives you curveballs all the time, but you just have to move on. And if you're not, that's okay as well. But just makes you humble. Definitely. We see how little we'll experience this world. I'll do my best to be a good father.
I'm sure you'll absolutely smash it out the park.
You'll be amazing, my friend.
Yeah, you will. You'll be great. Absolutely great. It just shows you just got to keep fighting, no matter what. It always comes good at the end, all the time. So that's fantastic news. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
And like they say, good things happen to good people. So here you are, my friend. You're really inspirational. I've absolutely loved talking to you.
Yeah.
But before we let you go, do you have any plugs, social medias, websites, anything you want people to go check out?
Well, juskamedia.com. There is an English version as well. And it's for the selling the lectures. But at the present time, I hope you will go to Juska Media Facebook site, because there is English post as well, and that's the main. You can find the news from Reine until the point we release, and we put the all social media for that one. I got Facebook account as well, and there is 4,800 people there, but it's gonna go close to 5,000 soon. But an Instagram, which is Juska Salminen. So I am more telling stories of him nowadays, because maybe I just need still. But another story is about the beginning, and that's my boy who is gonna come. So him is then. I have to say, last story, I said in some point that I think I need to get my own baby so I can close the chapter with him. So maybe this is the time now.
Maybe.
In a good way.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much having a child can heal you and help. It is. I've gone through it myself. I completely get it. Absolutely.
I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but we'll see.
We'll soon find out, my friend. Juska, thank you so much for doing this. It means the absolute world. We've had an absolute blast talking to you. It's been amazing to hear your stories, and the fact you've just opened up to us about all your struggles and stuff, it means the world. It really does.
Thank you for having me. It's been really, really nice, and I feel really comfortable. As I said to you in the first mail, that I checked your check your site, and when I feel good, I think good will happen, and you can meet good feelings from your side. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That means
thank you so much, Juska. Seriously. This has been so much fun. Thank you so much for being a part of this. We've absolutely loved talking to you.
It's been amazing.
I wish you all the best with your newborn in November. And we'll keep in touch anyway. So I look forward to hearing all about it. And,
we will, definitely.
Absolutely.
Thank you to you both. It's been really nice. You are really, really nice people, and I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, my friend.
Enjoy the rest of your night. I imagine you're probably going to watch Netflix or go to bed or something now. Or...
I don't even know. Was it like 1.5 hours, 2 hours? I'm going to watch something. I'm on holiday. But hey, before I go, I still want to... it didn't even go right. No.
I don't care. It's great. Because I can hear the bit in the song in my head every time you do it. It makes it even better.
I have to do it. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Look after yourself. Take care, fella. See you later.
Bye.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Justin. Beautiful, beautiful conversation. I love this one so much.
It is great. And like I said earlier, we've got 3 insane interviews still, 2 insane interviews still to come. So we're just smashing out the park. But this one was very, just wonderful. It was very heart-wrenching, just the stuff that we talked about. Juska, just an absolutely genuinely wonderful human being.
And that dance will make me happy forever. And the fact that he did the dance at the end of the interview just for me made me even happier. And
we really hope that you guys enjoy listening to it as much as we did recording it. Juska, thank you so much, my friend.
Mr. Stevens.
Hello.
It's audience participation time.
Let's participate.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to participate in Jamie's participation challenge. This week, I ask you a very simple question. If you had the opportunity to ask any celebrity one question, what would it be and who would you ask? Nice and simple. What say you, Mr. Stevens, if you have anything?
Phil and Holly, did you really push in the queue? No, that's... Oh, they pushed in a queue. Oh, jeez, there's 500 million kids starving in this country. The Tories actually scrapped their cap on bankers' bonuses as well while the whole funeral was going on. So fuck them. I didn't actually think of a serious answer. I thought that was actually hilarious to bring to the table myself. Personally, it's quite an arrogant thought. Do apologise. Who would? It's probably going to be John Oliver. Will you adopt me?
Oh, we haven't had that in a while. I thought of ridiculous answers to this, like Kim Kardashian. Why? Just why?
You realise that my other half's now to come down, hunt you, and kill you, yeah?
Oh God, I forgot she's a Kardashian fan.
Oh yes,
it still stands. Why? George R.R. Martin, are you ever going to finish that story, sir? Please, that'd be very nice. But yeah, should we get some audience answers?
Let's do it.
Scooty Hoskins says, Tom Brady, why you leave us?
Oh, I'm sure they'll get over it eventually.
I don't know.
Fuck's
Doesn't
sake.
seem like it.
Jesus Christ. There was reports, like joke reports, that he's retiring again after the game on Sunday. And it was all just people like, what the fuck? Why is you back? Oh, and people take it seriously. Like, Jesus Christ, you need to calm your ass. No one cares.
Mally Malpass says, Gordon Ramsay, why do many hands make little work, but too many cooks spoil a broth? That's a great question.
Absolutely. He'd probably swear at you.
Probably. More than likely. PR Brown, he's on my side of this one. He says, Kim Kardashian, what did the devil smell like when you signed your contract?
You realise now, PR, that my missus is going to come for you too.
Jason Gullick is asking the most important celebrity of all time a question. He says, Tom Stevens, why did you shave off that amazing long beard?
Because it was scraggly, wiry, horrific. It looks loads better like this.
Yeah. I think everyone reaches that point after a long beard and goes, do you know what? I think it's time to just trim it down now, boys.
Oh, yes.
I just said, boys, I've been talking to you way too long. Jade Harris of an answer that really made me laugh. Elvis, who the fuck was the hound dog? Inquiring minds want to know. And Adam Weaver with an answer that absolutely killed me off. Johnny Sins, how have you had so many careers in such a short span? Firefighter, police officer, plumber. What's been the best job? Fucking Rorder, that one. Keris Mansfield says, Marilyn Monroe, who killed you? And what's the down low with the Kennedy brothers as well? I don't really know much on that one. No, that bit lost me. I feel like I should know, but I
just never brought it up.
Phil Jolly says, to any reality TV star, my question would be, why don't you just fuck off? Fair. Can't argue with that. Paul Bamford, Gal Gadot, any chance?
I did not see that coming. I don't know why.
It seems very obvious. Harrison Smith, my boy, says, I would ask The Rock, what the hell's he cooking? I've always wondered.
That's a very good point. I'd quite like to know myself.
It's a very good question. Graham White, I would ask Donald Trump what Macaulay Culkin's life and like in real life. Home Alone 2.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that took a second.
It really did. Last but not least, he's back again. I already read one of his answers earlier, but this one really made me laugh. So he's coming back. It's old Mally Malpass. He says, I would ask Freddie Mercury, how many people bit the dust before he wrote a song about it? Really tickled me.
Brilliant.
Dust. Dust. Ba-da-dum, dum, dum. Ba-dum, dum, dum, dum.
But yeah, seriously, guys, thank you to absolutely everyone again that gave us an answer. We really appreciate every single one of them that participates in Jamie's challenge. If you enjoyed Jamie's challenge and enjoyed Tom's journal, Callum's Treachings, the interview, and all the absolute wanky bullshit we talked at the beginning, then enjoy the other 55 editions of the Chronicles of Podcast. We're available wherever you get your podcasts from. That'd be Google, Spotify, Apple, etc., etc., etc. You can also find us on the old YouTube at the Chronicles of Podcast. Please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified when new videos are released, and comment. It'd be very, very nice of you. You can also find our hashtag WBW Way Back Wednesdays. They are finished, but they are still there available for you to enjoy. Just soak it in, baby. All there available for you to watch. Our vlog, our Bloodstock vlog is also on there, and we are also currently releasing the full interviews that we did at Bloodstock currently every Wednesday and every Thursday at 6 p.m. UK time. You can also find us on the old Facebook at the Chronicles of Podcast. Please give us a like. Please share us absolutely everywhere. And comment. This would be absolutely wonderful. But Jamie, where else could you find us?
Looking at our cars, thinking, what are we going to do if they remove the windscreen wipers?
Exactly. Or on the Twitter at TCO Pod. Where else, Jamie, do you think you could find us?
I reckon you could find us on YouTube with a Bloodstock vlog saying, will people please watch this? We worked hard on this.
And on the Instagram.
All there.
At TCO Pod. You can also find us on TikTok at TCO Pod. Come give us some love, give us a subscribe, give us a share. Just tell your mates about us. It's the best thing to do, really. It's good, really good for your health. You can also come down to our beautifully brand spankily, sexily new and deliciously gorgeous little website at www.thechroniclesofpodcast.com. All of our shows are on there, all of our us is on there, and all of our beautiful little affiliations are on there as well. The Chronicles of Podcast. Downloaders, reviewers, sharers, raters, tell all of your wonderful little friends about us, allow us into your ears, and most importantly, never pay for a fucking breakfast or brunch, darling, at Boston Tory Party, yes. It's just too goddamn expensive.
Speaking of Boston Tory Party, let's say thank you to a few of our friends. Every Every single piece of music you hear on this show is delivered to you by one man. That is Mr. Matt Roberts. Go check him out on all the social medias at Matt Roberts Music. Thank you so much, Matt. Like I said, every single piece of music, jingle music, intro music, the music you hear on our Bloodstock vlog, everything is supplied by Matt, and we couldn't thank him enough. Go check him out on Spotify. Listen to all his music because it's bloody wonderful. Bloody wonderful, darling. And of course, we have to say thank you to our other friends. You can actually see them this week because I haven't got the giant umbrella hat on. Stay Cozy Clothing. Head on over to www.staycozyclothing.com or download the smartphone app if you so desire. Have a look, see what they have on there. Add one of everything you like into your basket. I hope it's going to be the Sophie Lancaster Foundation Collaborative t-shirt. And when you get to the checkout, it says, got a discount code? And you say, yes, I do. And you enter The Chronicles, and it's going to give you 10% off your order. Our gift from us, from them, to you. And of course, every single week, we have to acknowledge the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. These guys mean the absolute world to us. They are stamping out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. And I mean absolutely everywhere. It is an absolute honor to all the feedback and the amount of views and everything we've had on that Bloodstock vlog. It absolutely means the world. And please, 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 every single person that has viewed it, every single person that is listening to this, go to sophielancasterfoundation.com, hit that hate crime tab, and there's a questionnaire there. And I want everyone to fill it in. If you've ever been treated differently just because of the way you look, the way you dress, the music you listen to, whatever it might be, just because you're a bit different than the social norms, then I need you to fill this in because we need as much evidence as we can to send to the government and get this classed as a hate crime. It needs to be added to one of the 5 strands of hate crimes because it is, quite frankly. There's no other way of wording it. It is. So let's get it put there where it belongs here. So if you could do that for me, my loves, that would mean the absolute world. And last but not least, I need to thank this handsome devil over here.
Oh, stop it.
Look at him and his beautiful face.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that far, but thank you too. I thoroughly appreciate you. Jamie, another absolutely glorious episode, sire.
Oh, yes, indeed it is. I've had a great time.
Juska, thank you so much for taking the time out to sit down, chat to us. We really do appreciate it, and we really hope that everybody enjoys this interview. It's pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie. And Jamie, as for this week, we will see you all next week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.